Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Hey, viperkeeper here in Mornington, Australia, south of Melbourne. I'm here with my friend Barry, who's known as Snake Catcher Victoria. And we're hoping for a call out to go rescue a snake from some homeowner's property, but that hasn't happened yet. But we're going to go out and about to some of his spots and see what we can turn up.
Okay, we're here on our first call out of the day, and we'll see what we find. It's a little bit sketchy. There's some snake guarding their eggs, but there are that's not really what we expect to find down here.
Sorry? I've only got a bag, that's all I need. Bag and a hook.
It's got something for its cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, go that way.
That way?
Go around that way.
I can't, I don't have a camera. That's all right.
We've got plenty of cameras.
Go up and around. Go where the toilets are.
Yeah.
Go that way and then go past the...
Okay, what fun.
These are the people responsible for the scar, which I call it.
The scar.
This is the new freeway.
Ah. Well.
So she's got eggs apparently. This might be a little bit aggressive.
Lovely. That's what we want.
Well, this is all very interesting.
So you we'll go this way.
Yep.
And then just take a right where the toilets are there.
Yeah.
And then you can go all the way through to the cyclone fence. Yeah, so around there. Take a left, just next to that shipping container, we'll go all the way around. It's sort of where we were standing before, it's sort of on the other side of the building. So.
This looks like good snake country.
Yeah, it does. We were just talking about it.
Okay.
Hello.
No, that's down by the air conditioner, isn't it? Eighth window along the edge there. You'll see the pallet along the fence line.
You don't want to get into it, do you?
I haven't got my shotgun. You can see there's a pellet leaning up against the fence down there.
Okay.
And apparently she's under that.
Okay. I'm just going to... I don't really need the bag at the moment, but I'll leave that just there. And, hopefully...
Yeah.
I picked a bad day to wear shorts.
Apparently. Oh, that's right. You've got the paralytic ticks here, right?
Not so much around here.
Okay, rumor has it the snake is aggressive and guarding her eggs.
I'll just move this out towards you.
I don't see any eggs. I don't see any snakes either.
Are we just here, yeah? I can't see any eggs.
There are indeed lots of skinks here, which would be prime food for any sort of snake.
I did it before I went around to environment.
Oh, well, you know.
God.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to spook them. I have this real urge to sort of run my fingers on the back of that lady's legs and make her jump through over the fence and stuff. Sometimes it's fun to have fun. Ooh, there's a piece of cable. That would be a perfect snake to slither on the table. Ooh, Al, you're just so evil. Well, yeah, hi, skink. Oop, there's a skink. Get over here. Get over here. Yeah, that's prime snake food. Yeah, this is prime habitat for copperheads over here. Yeah, it used to be really swampy, but it's still a little bit residual. Now, if I were a snake here, I'd be in there. Putting in the new freeway here. You know, people say that herp people kill off populations of snakes. I beg to differ. This is a major altering of the habitat.
Hey, he's a bit skittish. Whoa. I'll say.
They do play up sometimes. But, come here, baby.
We'll see now everybody can say, whoa. It's not just viperkeeper that sometimes has them hanging off his nose.
Did you see the last video with the copperhead that jumped almost right in my face? It was a big one, a lot bigger than this.
Yeah, the last time I was here in the Sydney area, I was up in the Blue Mountains and had a chance to catch some the Ramsey-eye,
Beautiful, yeah.
the Highland copperheads.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, and you know, they were just the most common place to find them was right inside the city where people are.
Yeah.
People didn't even know that they were there, which is a good thing.
Pretty much everybody on the peninsula is living on top of a snake. They just don't know it. The snakes are so shy and retiring, they just pull in every time they walk past, and then they have no idea that the snakes are living right at their feet. That's how. This little guy. This is the one that was on the YouTube that we were operating on.
Right, I remember that. Yeah, that's why I don't keep anything from venomous because I wouldn't have time to take care of pythons. Oh, hello, little lady.
Yeah, she's gonna definitely. She's big on headbutting, so she doesn't actually bite so much.
so much. It only takes one.
Yeah, I know, but you can see she's always going to have that crooked smile.
Oh, well, that's fine. Just as long as she can get out and about in the wild and stay away from people.
So you can see the stitches on the side of her head.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They'll dissolve in a couple of months.
Yeah. She's definitely looking stable. You got her feeding, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just time, and that will all be fixed.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
she's gorgeous. Absolutely love this one, but I'm looking forward to getting rid of her. Actually, we can actually release her today if you want. I'll take her down to a release spot and we'll move her
Okay.
along.
You think the stitches will fall out by their own?
I'm a little bit worried about the stitches catching on branches and stuff like that. Oh, did you want to get a photo of her?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
A pat, so he knows that the difference between actually getting a rat and I do have some rats there that I've got to feed them all actually. So what I'll do, I'll come in from this side. So he gets really anxious. You give him a little pat and he sort of knows.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of gets an idea.
And George is a big copperhead.
No, he's a big tiger snake.
Oh, it's a big tiger.
Yeah.
Well, that is a big tiger.
From Chapel Island.
Well, this is one of the Chapel Island guys.
Yeah.
Well, he's not dark colored like all the other ones I've seen.
Oh, Georgie. So once he's out, he's not so bad. Oh, God.
Oh, well, yeah, that's par for the course. Well, hi, mate. How you doing? Yeah, he's definitely lacking the bandings. Does he alter his colors summer to winter?
No, he doesn't. He hasn't.
Huh.
No, he just stays the same colour. Just need to get rid of some of this stuff out of here. Probably shouldn't do that.
A lot of my animals will also be a bit uncooperative because they always think they're going to get a feed when you come by to say hello, and that's not the case.
No, normally he punches the glass with such force it actually shatters the whole lot. So.
Wow. Yeah, I've not had that happen. However,
Not shatters the glass, but moves like all the other enclosures vibrate from him cracking into it.
well, yeah. Also, they can hurt themselves and such. You know, you see a bunch of my, especially the viperids. They seem to not really care what they hit, especially the puff adder and the Moorish viper. This is a Chapel Island tiger snake, for those that you don't know. Normally they're a very dark color. These are the ones that grow to up to 2 meters in length. They're found on a small island between the mainland here and Tasmania. They gorge on mutton birds, which nest annually on the island. And so they only have this one big feeding for the time that the mutton birds are born and to the time that they all fledge and fly off or become meals for tiger snakes. The tiger snakes on that island don't really give two hoots about a person coming by. They'll just sort of lie out there and not be bothered with you.
We could be on now. Just give it a snake call.
Well, that would be awesome. Yeah, George here's a big boy. Not as big as he's going to get for that particular species. There's quite a bit of disagreement amongst experts and such whether there's really only one species of tiger snake or they actually are broken down into the several subspecies that are noted in scientific literature. But for now, this is a Chapel Island tiger snake, subspecies Cereveti or something to that extent?
Cerventi.
Cerventi, okay. Wow, beautiful. And here goes Baz doing things that
You probably shouldn't do it like
you
this.
probably shouldn't, but
I've had him since he was a little baby, and he knows me. I think I know him.
A lot of my animals also will tolerate me. I mean, You know when they're having a bad day, they'll arch their back when you touch them and
You know
things
the
like
difference,
that. It's not saying that they can have a good day and instantly turn it to bad, but certainly don't try this at home, folks. You have to know the animal real well, like Baz said, and like I am certain I know the animal.
I never put my hand into a leopard enclosure. I always hook it out with a hook. That way we know what sort of mood we've got.
Well, not only that, I find that snakes really feel that this is their home and you're invading their space. So you have to be really cautious when you go into their space. But I find when you have them out, the mood is totally different. They're a lot more docile, especially my my king cobra. You don't dare touch him when he's in his enclosure. When he's out on the floor, he's.
I worry about your puff adder too. I've seen a few videos of that. I think.
Yeah, you don't even think about holding puff adders. Although I've seen it done, it's like, okay, you want me to call the paramedics now or wait until it bites you? Because it's just a matter of time before it happens. Where's this little guy from? This area, local?
Yeah, this is a local type. It was captive bred, but it's a local snake. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, classic tiger.
They are. They come in so many different colours.
Oh, I know. It's fantastic. I'm hoping I can come across some western tigers when I'm out west. Some of my friends from the UK are out there, some of my mates. You know, Tom Carlton.
Tom Carlton, he's supposed to be here.
Yeah, he's out in Perth right now, where I'm going to be on Friday night and over the following week at this conference I came here for.
What was the conference?
Well, the conference is called the Asian Pacific Meeting on Microscopy. I'm involved with everybody who uses microscopes for their research. So I'm going to that, and I will link up with Tom while I'm out there, and he's already on snakes. He had some ugly western tigers that he came across, but I'm hoping he gets all the ugly ones out of the way before I get there. This is a pyrus, correct?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, this is
There's conjecture, you know. People call them everything.
well, yeah, it depends on who you are, but it's essentially a desert tiger snake.
Oh.
Whoa, you're really making me drool.
Death adders. Yeah.
These are what death adders are all about. I really love my Lavis and rugosus from Papua New Guinea, but these are stunners.
Yeah, they've had a few litters, but they seem to be only throwing slugs lately, so I don't know. I must be doing something wrong.
I don't know about breeding the mainlands, but you got to cool the Papua New Guineas down.
You're not supposed. These are supposed to be like children's pythons, and they don't really need cooling that much.
Huh.
But I do. I cool everything down at the same time. I really should be cleaning out the enclosure, but I'll do that later. So as long as you keep the bitey end sort of under control, it's with these guys anyway. It's not so bad. These guys were captive breds as well.
Yeah, they do get used to their keeper and such.
This is the female. This is Gypsy. That's Voodoo there. He doesn't really like to play like this. He'd much prefer to get his teeth into me. I've never been bitten. Can you believe it?
Well, let's not tempt fate and stuff. Let me get a picture of this guy, so I have to shut off the video. Yeah, okay.
Say hello, Kimmy. Say hello to the guys on YouTube. That's a close-up.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about this camera is it will do fantastic close-ups and.
It's a good camera, huh?
Yeah, I've had very good luck with the Sony cameras. They've been reliable. And of course, they put out a very, very good product.
That'd be right. I just bought a new video camera the other day.
Yeah.
He's very photogenic, isn't he? But he usually walks around on the carpet when the dogs aren't inside and we've got all the doors closed. He's pretty safe and he goes and camps underneath the tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, my wife's Savannah monitor lizard goes roaming around the house at random and has a very good time having a crawl about and.
Much in here. I think there's just a couple of last season's children's pythons in here. These little guys. So I've got children's pythons from this year, from last year, and I'm still haven't really gotten rid of them. I'm supposed to be selling them, aren't I, honey? The other one is underneath the paper, like usual.
Yeah, hi there. Here, rest your head on my hand so we have some focus, something to focus with.
You got him?
I got him.
I got called out to one of these the other day. Little children's python. And as I got called out to it, the owner of the actual snake came in. He said, "Oh yeah, I lost it 3 weeks ago."
As you know, we're having all sorts of problems in the U.S. with the government trying to shut the reptile industry down.
Isn't that crazy? I'm wondering if there's going to be the same sort of thing happening in Australia.
Well, I think they shut the spigot off here and early enough where you weren't able to import a lot of fauna from elsewhere in the world. So, you know, I don't know. It's really hard to say, but you know, even for me, someone who has lots of industry connections, and I could probably get some sort of waiver or something like that. I could probably get a permit. It's still not good at all for. I think they just end up driving it underground by regulating it. Well, having a total ban. My opinion is they should do something like they do in Florida. Hi there.
Oh yes, say hello to him. He'll definitely jump out.
Well, that's why I always keep the camera in front of my fingers.
No, it's always a good idea to hook him out. Now he knows I'm here. Okay. Playing hard to get, are we? Let's take the whole one. This guy, he's going to need a feed, actually. Actually, I might start feeding him. Might be good for a bit of a footage. He's supposed to get to about 12, 13 foot, probably.
Wow. So these are close
one
to
of our,
3 meters?
Yeah, these are one of our big pythons. Our biggest, actually, you know, probably heavier than a scrub python.
Yeah, beautiful animals, for certain. And
Unfortunately, they've got no venom in them. So.
well, yes, they have. You know, I can appreciate them for what they do and how they've evolved and such, but they have little interest to me because they don't have venom.
I know the feeling. I know that feeling. He's just about getting too big for that box. Did you watch what he does when I throw a rat in there?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Snakes can get into the smallest places. It's just unbelievable. So you live feed?
Never.
Never. Okay, good. You're like me.
Never.
It attracts the wrong people to our channels.
When I was a kid, I used to think, oh yeah, what a buzz watching a snake kill a mouse. But now, I can't stand the noise of a rat dying in a
Well, yeah, and you know, for me, the most dangerous time I have at my facility is trying to fish a live rodent out of a venomous snake cage, because you've got an annoyed venomous snake that knows that there's food present but just not really terribly interested in it at the moment, and you've got this rat or mouse that certainly wants to is scared to death and wants to get out in a worse way. And if you grab him, he's going to bite you. And, they always have this bad habit of running up close to the venomous snake, and it's really risky. And having fed some of my venomous live, it's not terribly interesting. My Papuan taipan was off feed for a while,
Yeah.
and I threw a live mouse in her cage, and she whacked it twice, and it took over 3 minutes for that mouse to die.
Couldn't handle it. No.
Okay, well, it wasn't squeaking or anything, but it just took, okay, this is supposedly in the group of snakes that are the most toxic on the planet, and why is it taking so long when my little tiny diminutive saw scales can hit a rodent the same size? The rodent jumps into the air and is on its back kicking for just a few seconds, and it's all over. So, they're the ones that are really sort of interesting and very, very hot little snakes compared to the taipans. I've never fed the mambas anything live, and it's just not of any interest to me. If they're feeding on stuff that's already pre-killed or frozen thawed, to me that's a win. I might pre-kill something and give it to them just so they get a little dose of extra, natural vitamin that's lost in the freezing process.
Over here, George. He knows he wants it. You see those fast little movements?
Oh yeah.
That's when you be very.
Yeah. He's a bit snappy right
He's
now.
just bit at the ball.
Yeah, he'll latch on your finger. Can you imagine going after a live rat when he's doing that? No, I wouldn't want to be in the same cage with a snake that is doing that. Oh, your deathy up there just did a nice yawn. That guy.
Really? Yeah, I can never catch them yawning.
I know, it's like...
Usually, after a feed, they'll sort of stretch their jaws out a bit and give you that long.
Well, I think they know it's like, hey, you're embarrassing me. I don't want you to see this. Because, I can stand there with the camera with the gaboon vipers, and they'll turn their heads away from me and yawn.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, you dumb thing, you want to whack it on the head, but no better to do that.